Hello and welcome to 4,000 and Counting, brought to you by Hurricane e-bikes. That's Mark, I'm Watty, and today we have a very fun one for you. So quickly, grab yourself a notepad, get a pen. This is going to be a lot more fun than what you think, and it's going to be a lot harder than what you think. We need from you 2 players from each of last year's National League teams to make up a 22-man roster. Within that 22-man roster, you must have 8 D-men and 12 forwards, 2 goalies, obviously, 2 imports, and you must have 1 under 20. With that being 20 or under, sorry. With that being said, while you guys are having a little think about this, because me and Mark did take a couple of minutes to go through this, and we didn't discuss it. So when we hear each other's teams, this is going to be the first time, and we're going to see how we compare. While you guys are having a little think about that, we're going to have a little ramble about the breaking news that happened around 5 minutes ago. It's been announced that Tony Hand, Sir Tony, is back in the game with the Whitley Bay Warriors. The Whitley Warriors have signed, not arguably, they have signed the best ever British ice hockey player, and it's really big signing for them, for the league itself.
Yeah,
huge signing for the league as well. Having Tony back in the mix, it's going to attract some players. I just said to you off air, the boys in that league are going to love Tony, not letting them have beers after away games on the bus. But
no
yeah,
music.
Yeah, it's going to make it different, and obviously they're just churning out legends there. Eh? You go from Lobby to Tony Hand. It's not bad, is it?
Can't get better than that. 2 of the best British players.
And if you're a young guy that's in and amongst that program, you're gonna become a better hockey player. Tony's gonna have big ideas on what he wants to do there, and he's gonna want to take that title off Solo, 100%.
Oh yeah, and you know full well we'll get a couple of apples even if he's not playing.
I just wonder. They get a couple of injuries and he suits them up for, let's say, 5 games. How many points does he get? Let's go over under 25 points in 5 games.
It's Tony Hand, so he's probably going to get about 50.
Imagine they play Nottingham Lions. He could have fucking 47 points in the first period. Like, it would be a joke. And that's how, I mean, I could probably use a few other teams. That's probably a bit unfair to Nottingham, but it's a super signing for them. Realistically, he's not going to put his kit back on. But there is players that are going to want to go and play for him and want to go learn from him. That's going to improve Whitley Bay's chances of picking up the North title next year. But we know Solway are going to have something to say about that.
Oh yeah, wow, it's just made the league a lot more exciting next year, hasn't it? Spiced it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, we've waffled about Tony for long enough. I'm interested to see Mark's team. I know he's going to be interested to see mine.
Oh yeah. Go further, go faster, get fitter with Hurricane e-bikes. The only UK company to offer a lifetime warranty covering battery, LCD screen, motor and all components. No servicing costs, no need to buy, no interest costs, no long-term agreement, no maintenance costs, no worries, lifetime warranty. How it works: you select your bike, you add accessories, you confirm details, and it's on its way. And don't forget to tell them that you were sent by 4,000 and Counting. So go to www.hurricane.bike and you can find more information there.
Don't forget, it's Hurricane with an E. Check them out right now. Remember, must be 2 players from all 11 National League teams last season. Maximum 2 imports, 12 forwards, 8 D-men. Mark, kick us off. Let's go. How do you want to do it? Do you want to go team by team? I think we go.
Cool.
Should we go like all the way through goalies, D-men, etc., forwards, or do we go like Bison, Bristol?
Yeah,
I think team, because there is only 2. We've made sure we haven't got 3 of one and 1 of the other, so we know there's 2 guys. Let's kick off with the goaltenders.
Yeah.
Who'd you go with, and why?
Ethan James. Lovable, probably one of the most lovable guys in the league. I didn't pick him just for that reason. He has a lot of plaudits from a lot of players. A lot of fans love him. He's really grown into his own. Like, I don't know, he's just really doing well. Just a great all round goalie. So I had to go with him, and I went with Lorde.
Okay, so we've actually got the same goalie setup, maybe for
Oh,
different
okay.
reasons. When I was looking at the Raiders, I thought he offered me probably one of my best picks I could have taken with the Raiders when you see how the rest of the team pans out. And this is what you got to remember. Not only have you got to get your 2 picks from each team in, it's try to then make them fit into a roster. So it's interesting that we went with the same goalie tandem.
Yeah.
Obviously, for me, I had both these boys together at conference as well. So this is me just going to the well right now. It's just fucking going to the well. Exactly back to the goalies that I had then.
What a boring start, eh? I hope we've not picked the same players.
Well, mate, you don't know. I bet there's probably at least 30% the same.
Yeah,
At
probably.
least. Okay. Let's go with the D-men next. I think because obviously there's been 8, let's chop it in chunks of 4. You go 4, I'll go 4. You go 4, I'll go 4.
All right, I'm going to read them just in the order I've done on here. So no other than Sammy Zajac,
From the
Tom
Leeds
Norton.
Knights, Peterborough Phantoms,
I've gone with Morgan from the Dogs and
Sheffield
Harvey Stead
from
from
the
the
Bees.
Bees.
Okay, that is interesting. So my first Swindon Wildcat player, I went with Tyler Plews. I then added a Seahawk in the way of Declan Barmer. And then a pair of Phantoms. I went with Norton and Barron.
Oh,
So I went with a veteran and a young guy there. And then just 2 fucking mutants that log minutes and eat pucks in the form of Barmer and Pluzy. I think that's a pretty steady back end to start me off. And then obviously let's go into our second 4. Who have you got?
I've got Plusy, Balmer,
Okay.
Ed Bradley, and Ed Nags.
Okay, interesting choices. We have got some similar ones. So I took Harvey Stead from the Bees as well. And then I took Reese Kelly from the Pitbulls. I took Ben Morgan from the Steel Dogs. So a little match there as well. And then I took Liam Morris from the Bainstoke Bison,
Oh, good shout.
based on the fact that Mo can play anywhere up and down the lineup. He can play first line center, he can play third line D. It doesn't make a fucking difference. Mo can do it all. I think I know where he's going to end up next year, and I think it's going to be a good fit for him. And I'm glad that his talents are going to go recognized, because it's going to be interesting to see what he can do on a different roster, that's for sure.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
very good player. Yeah, so out of the D, how many did we have that match? We both had Morgs, Steady,
Yeah.
and Barmer.
Yeah. Who
Oh,
else do
maybe we're
we
going to
have?
match on more. Be interested to see how you guys come up with that.
Morgstead, yeah. Norton. Oh, and do you know what? We almost had the same. I just changed 2 last minute. We would have had the exact same D.
Okay, right. Let's go into forwards. So let's mix it up. I'll kick us off for the forwards this time. So I went with my second steel dog. I went Alex Graham, and then I took both my Leeds Knights together. I took Kieran Brown for obvious reasons, and I took another one of my conference boys. I took Matt Cowlett. He came down. He's been lights out since he came down. So I had to be those. That's my first 3 forwards. Who's your first 3 forwards?
Aaron Connolly, Kieran Brown, and Glenn Billing.
Oh, nice. Again, we're going to have a couple more of the same. I then took my second Swindon Wildcat. I went with Aaron Nell. You mean my man just scores goals for fun?
Yeah.
I then took from the Tigers Mitchell King. And from the Raiders, I also took Aaron Connolly. So interesting that we ended up with both
It's
of the same
hard to
Raiders.
not pick Connolly, huh?
Well, he'd be my captain
Hard not to have
he'd
him.
be my
Yeah.
captain in this roster as well. And there's a bunch of leaders in this team, but he would be my captain 100%. Wouldn't even have to think about it. Then let's go on to. Have you done your second 3? No, you haven't.
No, my second 3 will be Welcome, Finley Howes, and Scotty Mack.
Scotty Mack getting a couple of Tigers in there. Okay, then moving on for me. So I went to MK, man of the moment, GB debut goal last night, Shawnee Norris. I took walk home from the bees as well. Easy choice. The man scored fucking almost 50 goals this year. I think it was 49 in the end. In
That's an import
56.
each.
That's an import each, yeah. And then I went back up north to the Hull Seahawks, my second Hull Seahawks player, Sam Towner, another great leader, someone that could easily wear an A or a C on that roster. So that's my second. That's my third three. Got three more to go. I need to hear your third three now, Mark. Who have you got?
So I have, let me check through my list. I have, did I say Alex Graham?
No.
So I've got Alex Graham, I've got Malasinski, and I finished with Zach Milton.
Oh, nice choice. Yeah, good choice for the Bison there. Okay, my final three from the Bristol Pitbulls. I took Callie Robertson, fellow jock. I then took from the Tigers, our boy Rory Herman, and then finally from MK, Sam Talbot. So that is my 22-man roster.
Are we missing a line? I think we're missing a line.
No, that's all 22. You're on to your fourth now. You might have missed three.
Oh, okay. I've missed three, haven't I? What?
Yeah, you're last up. Let's go.
Okay, so I've gone with Nathan Salem, Sam Talbot, and Callie Robertson.
Okay, so loads of the same players. That's really interesting. It'd be interesting to see how you guys do. Right, let's have a wrap up. I'll go first. So from the Bison, I took Lorde and Liam Morris. From the Raiders, I went with Ethan James, Aaron Connolly. From the Bees, Harvey Stead and Walks. Who else have I got? Let's go Seahawks, Barmer and Towner, MK, Norris and Talbot. Tigers, Herman and Mitchell King. Pitbulls, Robertson and Kelly. Steel Dogs, Morgs and Graham. Leeds Knights, Howlett and Brown. Wildcats, Plews and Nell. And I think that was all of them. Oh, yeah, sorry, no, Phantoms, Barring and Norton. So 2 guys from each team. I would be more than comfortable with those guys going into a league title like race. I'm pretty sure they would be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, solid team.
Right, let's hear yours. You're not far away from mine, to be fair.
No, we're there or thereabouts. Right, in a different order. I wrote mine in this way. So Raiders, we've got Connolly, James. We've got Leeds, we've got Brown, Zajac. Phantoms, Norton, Billing. Dogs, Graham, Morgs. Bees, Welcome, Stead, Harvey Stead. Telford, Howells, Mackenzie. Wildcats, Plews, Malasinski. Hull, Barmer, Salem. Bison, Lorde, Milton. Bristol, Bradley, Robertson, and MK, Talbot, and Nags.
Okay, we had 9 guys different.
Oh, wow.
So 13 guys the same. It's quite a lot. Shows we probably watched
last minute changes as well, which were the same as yours, but it's such a difficult one. I mean, Leeds without Hayward, I was like,
yeah, but then
so many amongst Shudra, many players in each team.
Yeah, you could have went a different way, and I'm sure you guys are all going to go like a different way each. And please do put your rosters in the comments. Get involved on Facebook and Instagram, wherever else you're seeing this. Obviously, it's going to be on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, thanks for coming back. If you're new, please hit subscribe. Shout out to our sponsors, Hurricane E-Bikes. Massively happy to have them on board. Yeah. It's going to help us going forward. We are still taking episode sponsors. You might have seen Throw and Go last week. Remember, go check them out. There is a 4K20 discount code for that. I'm just going to give them another little shout out there. So if you want to go and stop getting the old muddy balls in your pocket, go check out Throw and Go 4K20. You'll get a little discount from them as well. But yeah, so Mark, this was fun. Yeah. We've got another video to get on with tonight because there's actually been quite a few legitimate signings, not just made up ones that we've just made up on YouTube. There's been some real ones happening. Like we said, Tony Hand probably being the biggest of them all. But we will be back with a roundup very, very soon where you'll get to hear about all the guys that are already confirmed for the 2023-2024 National League season. But for now, it's been fun. Peace.